We're live.
Like, hold on.
Hold up, just a
Right. We're just in the starting soon screen. I gotta find all my shit and
tiny bit.
Yeah,
So-
we can only traumatize them so much right now, guys.
You know, right? We can't do
especially
it
after-
all at once.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
They're not getting the visuals.
next week is going to be rough. Like once we get through next week, like let's do that. You know.
Well, which reminds me, we need to put pants on right now because nobody wants to see this.
Pants. Who wears pants?
I sure as hell don't.
Come on, yeah, I am shown from the titties up. So
Yeah.
below that, I could be wearing a crop top. Y'all don't know.
Oh God, no! Stop!
Man, he got the whole belly ring. He got the whole belly ring out.
I stand up too fast. Y'all gonna see the happy trail.
Does the belly button
I think
ring?
you're gonna be the only one happy
jingle, or
about
is it studded?
Huh? The belly button ring? I got like it's a little troll, like one of the little the hair trolls or whatever. He's got one of those just dangling from it.
I'm just wondering if your happy trail is covered in tears. I mean, what?
And the only tears it's covered is the tears of the troll. Sometimes, like if I kind of like scrunch down and I swing it just right, he gets like his hands are kind of like in a hugging motion. So sometimes like there's a little bit of.
Pause.
I'm wondering about the exit sign. I mean, that's just.
Too quiet right now. Way too quiet.
That's true.
I thought of like 4 stories I could tell, and like none of them I want to tell because I don't want to get anybody banned. So it's like crap.
Oh, speaking of which, like there's a word we cannot use while streaming.
Is it?
And
Is it a word that only me and Wild are allowed to say?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, there's multiple words. There's multiple words, and you can only say half of it. You're half white there, right?
Listen here, goddammit. No. Just because I got a little Irish in my blood doesn't mean I am white.
He says, "Nah, you gotta have
Because I got a little bit of Irish, in the blood, dating back in the day.
Anyway,
from the grandfather.
So now that we're canceled, now that I'm canceled anyway.
Oh man, you gotta have hall pass. Oh, that's good.
You can use the A at the end, but you can't use the hard R.
Anyway, no, it's it rhymes with pimp, and apparently it's banned on Twitch now. I didn't know that.
No shot.
What?
Yeah, like apparently.
You also got me
like
I almost just said it too. I was gonna be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, apparently they banned that like last year. I completely forgot about it. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we. I'm
Did
pretty
not
sure.
see that.
I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
my god! How many times have we said that in the last 3 weeks?
Oh yeah,
I feel like we have.
we totally have, and apparently we're not big enough for anybody to be watching.
Well, Zuckerberg. Anybody else? If y'all watching, just go back to the previous episode.
Oh my god!
Wait, yeah, because you've been streaming to Twitch, and we've said it on Twitch. I mean,
yeah, I know, but I'm just like I was gonna put it in the title, and apparently we can't.
Oh.
All right. Anyway, if you guys could
tell me about that beer that you just drank.
Oh,
Need you to tell me about it.
Oh my god, we'll get there in a second. That is dangerous. That is really fucking dangerous. That is better than Sweet Baby Jesus.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah.
baby Jesus. You gonna bring baby Jesus into this?
Like, oh my god. Anyway, this is about to be a really interesting show. Let's go ahead and get going here. All right, so we're gonna switch live here in a second, and if you guys could keep the channel up on you guys, because apparently I gotta like cut down on that. I don't know why. So like I have all my browsers closed. We're sharing around and all that. So let's just see what happens. And here we go. And we are live. Hello, welcome to Griffcast episode 68, the mature nerdy podcast for immature people. The show where we talk about any and all things nerd, from video games, comic books, movies, computer technology, and or science. Hello, welcome to the show. I am your host and King Neckbeard Griffmore. We've got the full crew with us tonight. Freaking nailing this goddamn intro today. Happy days. Anyway.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get to it. Anyway, full crew. Like, if you don't know who everybody is by episode 68, where you been?
There might be some new viewers. You don't know there's some new viewers.
I mean, at one point in time, you guys are gonna have to like make a logo for yourself, and I'll get it up there on the stream, like me and Wild.
I mean,
I'm too. Can I do it? Can I do like the AI art?
Oh yeah, I mean, sure.
You gotta
pay
for that. You gotta pay for the AI art.
You don't have to, but it helps. All right, so what I just cracked open here.
All of it. Some of it you do.
Yeah. So Wild. This is Southern Tier Brewing Company. It's Blackwater Imperial Stout Peanut Butter Cup. Holy crap!
Wait, can you show the label?
I'm going to show the label. We are not sponsored. Like, I just crack this open because I'm like, I want to drink when we get this going.
I feel like I've had that. Yes.
That is better than Sweet Baby Jesus, man. Holy crap. So anybody who's not from where we are, Sweet Baby Jesus is a local beer that does a peanut butter cup stout. The other thing that makes this more dangerous is this is 10%. Holy crap.
10%. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting show. It might be cut short. We'll see what happens. Anyway.
10%. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, like, my favorite beer right now is Dragon's Milk, and it's 11% APV. But that's like the highest I've seen in an actual like craft beer.
You know, I saw a Dragon's Milk up here at the local Benny's, and I know you guys don't know what a Benny's is, but like they're the liquor store up here.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
it's wait, we have Benny's. What are you talking about? Oh no, that Benny's. Okay.
Yeah, you can get your vodka at Target here.
Oh
like, you just walk into Walgreens and you're just like, oh look, Scotch.
Yeah.
I don't know how good the Scotch is going to be at Target, but
well, just remember, you're just paying more money to not be at Walmart.
And it's worth every damn penny, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
I mean, if you're tired like me of seeing the guy in the wife beater with the mustard stain, like all right, legitimately, I was in the Walmart one time and I saw a guy yelling at a woman like, "This is why I divorced you the second time," and I'm like, why am I here?
I mean, that's free entertainment, though. You can't pay for stuff like that sometimes.
That's unscripted Jerry Springer at its finest.
Yeah, like me and my wife both were just sitting there, and I was just like, she looks at me now. She's from the north. She's from Illinois. She looks at me and she goes, "Where the hell did you bring me?" It's like this is just what came out of her mouth, and I'm like, I had no response because what are you going to say to that?
There is nothing you say to that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm in so much trouble tonight. Anyway, let's all right, so this rumor has been going around for a while that PlayStation 5 is going to be integrating Discord soon. Finally, yes, maybe this is still a rumor. I've seen multiple new articles saying about some sort of new leak, and why is my screen flashing? I hate this. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna have to be changing that. Anyway, so I have seen multiple reports recently of people going like, "Hey, PlayStation 5 is going to finally integrate Discord." And it's like, okay, are they going to fully integrate Discord, or are they going to make it like the new PS5 chat?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Good God.
Ooh,
I don't think they're going to do a full integration. I really don't.
I don't,
because they've been fighting it for this long to try and get it integrated. I don't think that they're going to fully integrate it. I think it's going to be some PS5 like patch panel crap that they put together, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this should work now," and it's still going to be garbage.
I think it's going to be a decent integration. I think that you will have the choice to be able to use Discord or continue to use PlayStation.
Yeah, but so far, every leak that I've seen, or every reported leak that I've seen, is that it's going to be PS5 only. They're not going to do it on PS4. So anybody who hasn't had the opportunity to upgrade is still going to be left out of this.
Right. Yeah.
That is my only part to this. Like, the only thing that matters is, are they going to spy on you when you're talking? If the answer is no, it's fine. If it's full integration or not, that doesn't matter as long as they're not listening.
Well, they're going to be. I mean, like if they integrate it with their PS5 chat, I mean, it's already there. So like that's the kicker there. It's like,
which that's the part that everybody wanted Discord for. That's the solution everybody wanted. You can't just inject the problem into the solution and expect people to accept it. Like that's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like that was a big issue. Like you can't, like, the whole point of it was to circumvent that.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally saying, all right, we'll finally give you Discord, but we're still gonna be listening.
Oh, we're gonna do the same shit that you wanted to use Discord for. Like, I'm waiting for people to like, all right, can we go to Ventrilo now? Like,
God almighty. Holy crap, man. All right, there's some memory lane.
Ventrilo, bro.
That is
Way
memory
back.
lane.
Way.
but you know, the funny part is like, that's a very easy system to just, you can't mess with me. It's private. You can run that on an old tower in your room.
That's true.
Dude, you can run
That's
that on a
true.
goddamn potato.
Yes. You can run a Ventrilo server on a literal goddamn potato. You can run it on a
very
Nokia
nice.
phone.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, if that's what it takes, all it's going to take is one old guy to be like, hey, we fixed this like 10 years ago. Let's go do it.
Facts.
Yep. I mean, I'm for it. Like if that's what we got to do to maintain our freedom of speech and our freedom to privacy, I'll freaking go back to Ventrilo in a heartbeat.
Fire of the Ventrilo, bro. That is wild, bro. That's wild.
Don't make me bring up TeamSpeak.
Oh my god.
Dude. All right, I mean, so like we're just gonna like revert back in history here. We're gonna like drop our Spotify subs and go back to LiveWire and
Oh my goodness.
or LimeWire.
Every
LimeWire.
MP3 was every MP3 was literally friggin' malware or something. Something as soon as you downloaded LimeWire, your PC was already infected.
You had to know code what to download on LimeWire. Because you had to look through all the patch notes and be like, all right, is this malware or not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny though is that I used to like download music videos because like I didn't have access to a music channel. Like we didn't have we were 56K rich. We weren't cable TV rich. And you know, that free week trial of AOL, that's what we did. Anyway, so we used to download music videos and we had the autoplay feature installed. And let me tell you, some of the times you did not get music videos.
Oh yeah.
What would you get? What would you get? What were they?
You got that spank.
What?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
were they?
Yeah. So let me tell you, like I'm sitting there
Was it
like, doing the dishes, sitting right next to the family computer, watching this thing download.
Not the
Watching
family
this goddamn-
computer, bro.
Yeah.
Not the family.
The family computer sitting right there at the desk between the kitchen and the living room. And next thing I hear is, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
it's
a
like-
week.
It's so funny. That's really funny.
That's happened more than once. And
That's why I don't understand you fuckers that hit shuffle.
Me and you know, it's funny. It's like, yeah, me and a family member were just talking about that as well. Something like that, and just like how like a long time ago, like things, the website names for things were not what you thought they were.
oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you wanted to go like you know to Dick's Sporting Goods. Yeah, Whitehouse.com was one that we talked about. It was just like sitting there like trying to watch one of the inaugurations with the family, and I was like, oh, I want to like look up some information. I'm gonna go to Whitehouse.com, and somebody was like, whoa, go to Whitehouse.org, not Whitehouse.com. And I was like, I'm so young, I'm like, why did I do that? Whitehouse.org, you said .com, or you know you want to buy some new athletic field.
library in high school.
You want to go to buy some new cleats, or you want to buy like like a new hockey stick or something? So you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to Dick's Sporting Goods, Dicks.com.
I just want
That's
to know
not what it is.
what kind of ADD-esque conversation are we having? We're sitting here talking about Discord. Now we're talking about freaking downloading porn on 56K. What the hell happened?
Boy, the
I
tables
made
have
the mistake
turned.
of the smallwonders.com one time. Don't do it.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so let's all right, so Nvidia is trying to like jump the freaking generation here again already. They're getting ready to say goodbye to ray tracing, and they're starting up a new path tracing system, which is, great, but why? I'd say maybe 20% of the population has access to a system that's capable of proper ray tracing.
Well, even the people that have access to ray tracing, half the time we turn it off because the ray tracing is just a resource hog that doesn't add anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I don't need ray tracing to
those are the
shoot
two
people.
that.
Yeah, like it's okay, cool. If you have the capabilities or the monster of a machine to run it, good for you. So why are we? Let's get the software to catch up with the hardware to get this stuff running properly before we start skipping generations. Can we have that happen for like 3 months?
Well, wait a minute.
This,
How about
little
this?
golden
How about
age of like software and technology actually matching up? Because we are not there. Software is way the fuck back there. Hardware is way the fuck up there. And yeah, it's like, yeah, sure, we have
these
this.
NVIDIA cars still like melting?
I haven't heard any recent cases.
Like, I'm about to say, like, can we fix that issue first before we try and start adding more to it?
Yeah, safety first, and then we'll work on like quality of life.
Yeah.
Let's work on not taking your life, and then we'll work on quality of life. Priorities.
Hey. As long as you have a shack to put this damn PC up in, right? I don't know, man.
It needs its own dedicated like air conditioner just to make it not catch on fire. But okay.
I don't know.
That actually just sounds pretty fire. Put an AC unit right in the PC.
I got damn 12 fans in my goddamn case now. Like, if it's not colder in there than it is anywhere in the damn house, I don't know what to tell you.
But man, a little Freon changes a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually.
But the problem with Freon is you got to worry about condensation. That's the only problem in a system.
Yeah. I don't know. There was that one guy I just saw recently. I got to figure out how he did it. He built his system in a fish tank.
Oh, non-conductive. That non-conductive liquid.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just like, that is a hell of a way to freaking keep your PC cool.
Well, see, back in the day when people were like, Star Wars Galaxies is crashing my PC, like that day, like I knew a guy that had one, like he didn't even have a tower. He just had everything spread out on a desk, and he had a literal AC unit blowing across it.
I've been there. I have been in the, I don't know why this is overheating, so I'm going to take the side off and run the box fan. I have been that guy.
Oh, I've done it so many times.
There was a time where I thought about buying, like, what is it? It's like one of those fans where you put like ice in the bottom of it and it just blows like actual ice air. I thought about that. But,
Yep.
I mean, it's all about airflow. I mean, like people are like, I see like on like forums and PC groups online, and people are just like, "Oh, is the temperature of my PC okay?" And I'm just like, as long as you're not within 100 degrees.
I mean, tools make a difference, and like sometimes you got to like rig around the problems. And sometimes when you're running a high-end PC, sometimes it gets a little hot.
If you're running high-end components, it's going to get hot. And if you're doing high-end components in a very small case, you're just like, I have...
Why would you do a small case? Like, I don't understand that.
People like how like they have like the little tiny
They think it's cute. They got like, I got a little compact case. It's like this big.
It is.
Those cases are for PCs that are
But
designed.
the damn thing will catch fire and like hit orbit. Like, what the fuck? Like, why do you have a case that's the size of a purse?
But he's also showing me like he's like,
that's exactly what I'm talking about. He's seen this shit. He's just like, why the hell is this thing the size of like a pluggable drive? Like, no wonder it went into orbit. What the fuck?
Of course it's gonna be hot, and it's got no airflow. People got all these big ass cases, but then they don't have any fans in them for air circulation. They're just like, I don't get it. Why is it so hot? And some people freak out too much because like they're monitoring, like, oh, my PC's at like 76 degrees while playing. I'm just like, okay, that's normal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically,
certain video cards
thing.
optimize at that temperature.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. Like you see some guys like these, amateur guitarists. They have this really nice guitar and a shitty pickup. They're just like, oh, like I got it. It doesn't matter. The pickup's okay. Like it's a really nice guitar, and they're sitting there like playing it, and like it sounds like trash when it's coming through the amp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, like when it comes, you can have a freaking guitar made out of pencil shavings, and it will sound better with a good pickup than if you have a great guitar with a shitty pickup. I mean, the pickup is everything when it comes to electric guitars.
Right.
I mean, I have no idea.
Some folks knows more about this than we do, but
I have no idea at all. Actually, that's I really can't say anything at all because like that's been hanging on the wall since I put it up, and ooh, is that a Gibson or
Les Paul?
Les Paul. Oh damn. Going freaking.
He went for the big dollar.
Yeah, right. I'm still rocking like the 1999 BC Rich Warlock Bronze Series.
The best guitar I've ever owned is a Stratocaster knockoff.
Yeah,
hands down.
So the funny part about this, all right, we're gonna talk music for a second here. The funny part about this BC Rich Warlock is so with the Bronze Series Warlock, you had a 50-50 chance. You were either gonna get a piece of shit or you were gonna get something that had amazing pickups. And like there was no in between. It was either amazing or horrible. And I can't tell you how many guitarists I've come across and I'm like, yeah, just let me see this real quick, and be like, this guitar is trash, and they'll pick it up and like, oh, never mind. Like every single one, because I got lucky. I got a good one.
Yeah. And
like I bought it secondhand on eBay when I was 15, and that's been like the most used guitar I've ever owned. It needs a complete overhaul now. Like half the damn sockets are rusting out of it, and
well, my frets need sanding terribly. So.
But yeah. Anywho. Before I completely start talking out of my ass on that subject, this part I found really funny. Apparently Ubisoft has been going around and asking for offers, and everywhere they go, they're like, no, good luck, goodbye, and close the door. Yeah.
Dang, they don't even. Well, you just giving it up, and we don't even want it.
Like
I legitimately think that they're overvaluing themselves. I think that they think that they're worth more than they are.
Yeah.
But their CEO has been a smug bastard for like the last 5 or 6 years, so that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
well,
I think they
where you started and where you're at.
Right. They think that because of so many of the great hits that they had in the past, and they've had very successful franchises that have lasted a very long time. So like you're looking at like Assassin's Creed and then Far Cry. They have
just because you've made a ton of Assassin's Creed games doesn't mean that they're all worth playing.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, so they have like a few here and there that are just incredibly good, and then they started losing their value, or they started losing their I don't know, was it integrity? No, that's not the word I'm looking for.
They lost their integrity a hot minute ago. All right, hold on one second before we. Anybody who's watching, I see the video performance issues going on. Let me know. Anybody who's watching this as you're watching it in live, let me know if there's any audio issues. Let me know if that everything's coming through balanced. I've readjusted everything, so hopefully they are. We'll find out. When I go back to watch it again, if nobody chimes up. Anyway, carry on. I love this mic. Not creepy at all, right?
Well, if we're going to talk about Ubisoft, we need to talk about Assassin's Creed games, and like some of them are really good, and some of them are just trash. Like, I hate to say it, but I liked what was it? The one in London, Syndicate. That one was really good.
Wasn't that
I hated that one. I hated that one so much.
Really?
I thought that was like one of the worst ones.
Really?
Yeah. You know what's funny?
I thought it was so bad.
Yeah, like you know what's funny though is that's definitely one of those series. Like each game has its own fan base.
Yeah.
Like
I can certainly understand that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it's a broader IP, but you have a niche fan base. Like I really like Syndicate, and apparently TCP doesn't, and that's fine.
And what was the one after that? Unity? Yeah, Syndicate and Unity. I thought those two games were trash.
Oh, Unity was so bad.
Unity was
my
bad. And I
God.
thought Syndicate was right there with it. Like,
Yeah, but
over the man.
Unity was broken on release. Like
God.
at least Syndicate worked. At least Syndicate worked when you played it.
Oh, the no face with the eyeballs and the teeth just like floating in the hood. Like that shit was.
That was one of the notorious memes. Yes.
Like I was never the biggest Assassin's Creed fan. I played the first two, and then I didn't play again until
I'm the weird
the Viking
Assassin's
one.
Creed fan because I hate Ezio. Like I fucking hate him. Yeah, TCP's looking at me like I'm nuts, but like, yeah, I hate Ezio. I do. Like, I was behind him, but then it's like, all right, I want revenge. I'm gonna go sleep with a few people and hang out for a while, and then I'll get to it. And I'm like, this isn't a revenge story. This is a coos hound who's just like, oh, that guy. Yeah, I should kill him. Bang.
I don't remember
Hey,
that many. I don't remember that many romantic interests for Ezio in those games. I guess I had to go.
I
back
remember
and
at least
yeah.
4, and I couldn't complete the game because I just didn't like the narrative. I was like, this is like, I wanted a revenge story. Like they set up a good revenge story, and I was down. I was.
Are you talking
cool
about
with it.
Odyssey? Are you thinking about Odyssey? Because in Odyssey,
No.
you can sleep with everybody in Odyssey. If they can
Oh.
talk, you can sleep with them.
Hey,
All right,
Yeah, I heard
is that
about
one out on
Odyssey, like, it's
PC?
just
Honestly, they didn't care. That is when
Yeah,
Vanilla
Odyssey's
just
just
started.
like, yeah, like, is it warm? Kinda. Okay.
I only have one requirement. Does it breathe?
I was gonna like, does it have a pulse? That's
And
it.
it's negotiable as long as it's affectionate. You know what I mean?
Bah. I don't know. Like, I mean, the fact that nobody will buy them, it's like, and they're actually trying to sell or trying to be bought, makes me wonder, like, what are they about to drop that they know is going to bomb so fucking hard?
Yeah.
Or what
Are they coming out with another Watch Dogs game? Because I haven't really liked the last two.
You talking about Legion? Legion was weird. So I liked Watch Dogs 1, and I really liked 2. 2 was pretty good. I liked 1, and I liked 2.
I played 1 for a while, and I think my problem with 1 is that, like, I saw how pretty it was, and then I started playing it. It was like, really? You downgraded it this fucking much?
They did catch a lot of shit for that one. They were like one of the first games to do that shit. I saw you blink.
You
They were
know,
like
I
one of
thought
the
the
first
first
games.
Watch Dogs. I thought the first Watch Dogs was a pretty cool game, but it felt really bare bones compared to something like GTA or even Saints Row, for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, the concept is really good. I mean, don't get me wrong, the concept's awesome. But the concept is a mini game in Cyberpunk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, but that game came out a long time ago. And like when it came out, the game wasn't meant to be this huge sandbox like GTA and Saints Row and doing all that crazy stuff. I mean, yeah, it was an open world game in a city, you know, and you could like do whatever you wanted. But I mean, it wasn't supposed to have that type of depth. Like, you know, you had like your hacking
It didn't
abilities.
have enough depth for the concept. I think that was the problem. It had a really good concept, but it didn't have enough depth to go with it.
Yeah, like the city itself didn't have depth.
I just
Yeah,
fixed
It
the
was cool
video
being able
issues.
to use your phone. It was cool being able to use your phone to manipulate everything.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I think as they came out with like the other games later on, it started letting you do so much that it became monotonous, and it was just like, God damn it, this is hard to control now, because now I'm like manipulating the wrong thing because there's so many things crowded up together. It's a really hard balancing issue.
Well, I mean, Solips might hate Cyberpunk, and I mean, it's I understand why. I really do. But like, there's a whole build in there where like, oh, I'm gonna play a Netrunner, and like, you literally play that mini game. You're like, oh, you're gonna commit suicide. You're gonna kill all your friends, and then you're gonna blow this up and kill all the other guys. Like, it's a mini game. And I mean, the separation of time is 5 years. So
Are you saying Cyberpunk is the minigame?
it's a
Or
mini
it-
game in Cyberpunk, and it's like, you know, how does your entire game concept become like a build in a game? And it's like,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That is some
it's just
bullshit.
you have an amazing concept, you have an entire game to develop it, and you just don't do enough with it.
Well, I think they did enough with it at the time. I think Watch Dogs
At
1
the
was
time of the
enough at
first
the
one,
time.
yes.
And then,
And the
like,
first one was great. You
as
know,
technology progressed, and so on and so forth. So
Okay, so I have fixed the video issues.
Oh,
And
I didn't even know he was doing over there doing IT. I saw him just like
yeah,
doing
we're
this
sitting here
kind of
bitching. He's
shit.
up here like, I'm gonna fix the internet.
oh, no, so
Yeah, nice and smooth now, baby. Smooth like baby's bine.
I don't understand this. I just moved it from that monitor to that monitor, and it fucking works.
Oh.
Okay. What are you talking about, man? This computer don't have
So you literally move the window, the actual slobs from one window from one monitor to another.
And it fucking fixed everything. I have no idea.
Sounds like you found the solution.
But that's a dumb solution, though.
It really is.
Yeah, it is, but you found it.
Here's the part that pisses me off, though, is that my camera is set up here, and I had slobs over here because the chat window's right fucking there, and now I have to turn my head like a freaking plebeian and go, ooh, look who's talking. Me and my goddamn freaking... Anyway, carry on.
You got too many monitors, man. You should just have one monitor, everything on the same monitor, and everything would work.
I
And you
quite
can look at the
literally
same thing.
cannot do that. I quite
He had
literally
enough
cannot.
money. He'd have the
Alt
Matrix
tab.
set up.
I
He'd have
totally would.
that whole wall of shit.
See, like
know what you need?
if I minimize this window, it freezes the whole stream.
You know what you need? You need that 42-inch ultra wide like LG OLED visitor.
I totally would. I totally would.
Bro, that 42-inch wide LED. Oh my God.
Dude, I
No,
totally
you
would.
need the Samsung Odyssey Arc. Odyssey Arc, the
Oh, yeah.
55-inch.
God,
thing-
that would be nasty, bro.
Where like
Dude,
the stand for it alone weighs like 200 pounds
Good
because it's
God.
got to hold up this big ass TV because you can manipulate it and turn it and stuff. Then you can
Yeah, you
like
can do it vertical and horizontal too. That thing is nasty.
yeah.
Dude, like,
then you
I-
can
Well,
make
see,
as many
I-
monitors of it as you want. You want 10 monitors? Fine, good to go.
See, I
think
would
it's
totally do that. I would totally do that, and then set up everything else that I
Okay,
have.
so like my kid likes to play like these high-end PC games, and I've got all this stuff for him. So I installed the new graphics card, and like the previous thing, like you only had the one input. You could only put one monitor in because it's a base computer. Put in the graphics card, and he's like, "Yes, the graphics card's awesome." Like this is a week later, and he's like, "But I just wish I could use my other monitor." And I'm like, "Plug," and he's like, "That was it," and I'm like, "That was it."
You gotta let them figure that stuff out for their own.
All right, Elemental.
Yeah, look, I had to figure it out on my own. I ain't have
like-
like hope.
I mean, at most, I was looking at it and be like, oh, the GPU has multiple monitor slots, and you have multiple monitors? I wonder if that could work. And then I'd walk away, and let them figure it out for themselves.
Right now, I can say this about my kid all I want, but like this kid video edits, and he can do some shit with a video that I don't understand how it works. Like that's so.
Tell him to hit me up. We got some clips we need to make.
Yeah, we need to
pro bono
snap
work?
like TCP off the planet. Just be like,
Oh, Thanos snap him.
Every time he leans back, just like. All right, so Ella Meltdown. I totally would. Okay, I would totally do that. The problem I would run into if I did that is it would throw off the entire aesthetic of my desk, and it would drive me insane. So, like, having to turn my head.
switch the plugs.
I don't think it was the plugs. Actually, you know what? It totally could be.
Look, see, look,
Oh,
look.
hey, look. Oh, no. All right, I got chat running over here. All right, cool. Just watch the stream and I could watch the chat. All right, cool.
Yo,
We get to
the
this.
simple
We'll get to
things
this shit. I'll get there one day. I promise. It's not going to be today, but it'll be one day.
And the Lord Jesus said, "Let there be intelligence."
Oh man.
I'm on the day he rested, apparently. Anyway, where were we? Oh, son of a bitch. I lost my show notes. I got to
Oh
cover
yeah,
up my
and
show
Sunday
notes.
Jesus said it's time for shots.
You know,
Oh, there they are. Okay, I found my show notes. We're good. All right, I put them over here now.
oh, wait a minute. Hey, Griff, is this the first one that you've had?
Oh no, dude, like this is not this. This is me being a fucking idiot. This is me going, hey, one day I'll actually fix all of my shit, and then it fixes itself by me just changing things. Anyway.
I've never in my entire life heard of having video issues and then literally moving the app to another window. I've never.
But I've heard of that level of stupidity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Which is why I don't feel smart in this scenario, because I literally went, well, this ain't working. I'm just going to bring it over here so I can uninstall it and refix it later. And I pick it up and it's like, hey, we're working now. And I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. And
while we're on the topic of Ubisoft, I will say this. If we are going to discuss who should probably purchase them, I think Amazon would be the perfect purchase. They need a gaming studio that can do some damn work. They need some place that can distribute internationally, and they need some place that has some experience. But they need somebody who can damn well manage them.
You know, I was 100% against this statement until you made that argument, and now I'm like, you know what? That actually could work.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, that actually sounds like a hell of an idea.
And both Amazon and Ubisoft already have, contracts or own rights to Tom Clancy's and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Making shows, making the games. There's probably another one.
Now, if anybody remembers it, there was a video game a while back that corresponded with the TV show on Sci-Fi. What was the name of it?
Matrix.
Griff, you played this. Hang on. I will bring up my Steam and I will pull it up because I love this freaking video game back in the day.
Are you talking about the one that had like that ran side by side with the show in the game?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Was it called Defiance?
Or like the
That's it.
the TV
Defiance.
show would change. Yes.
Yeah, Defiance. Yeah, no, Solop's totally nailed that.
Yes, Solops is the man. Really, like, it was an interesting TV show, and they changed the scripts of the TV show depending on what happened in the events in the game.
Yeah.
And
they changed the game depending on what happened in the show.
Yeah, and like they could seriously make a really good push for that with Amazon and Ubisoft, but Amazon would have to have the creative control, and Ubisoft would have to be. They'd have to be open to that. And I'm not sure they would be.
I don't know. That'd be interesting. Like, I would love to see something like that because the potential, like, there's a lot of things that drop like that I'm just like, the potential is there. And Defiance was definitely one of those.
Well, imagine an Assassin's Creed TV show that's well done, and like there's a side character in there who pops up and like, oh, that's part of the mission you can play in this game. Here's the new DLC. You can show up in you can see the part in the show. Like, so, Amazon and Ubisoft could do that, but they have to work together well.
Right. You do know Defiance is still going, right? They're still getting constant update stuff. I saw like something a while ago and I was like, that looks sick. I'm not giving you another $15, but that looks amazing.
Yeah. I mean, Defiance was really cool. And I loved the interaction with the TV show. When the TV show went away, it was like half the mystique went away,
Yeah. What were you going to say, Solops? Sorry, we keep cutting you off there.
I was just going to say, no, you're good. I was going to say that Defiance game, I actually played it a little bit myself when it very first came out. But I don't know, I kind of had a hard time getting into it. TC just kind of popped out. But,
he done Thanos snapped into oblivion.
But
I'm going to buy the damn gauntlet and just sit here and do this every time he vanishes.
Oh.
But I'm actually incredibly surprised to hear that game is still going because I never actually thought that it would have continued this far.
That game had kind of a free play element, kind of in a Skyrim element, because there is a whole build like, oh, if you're higher than the target, you do more damage. It's like, that's interesting to me. Like, it's all about tactics. So
it just,
I guess it depends on your play style.
The only thing about it is when you get into those groups that were min-maxing, they're like, hey, this one little spot is like 1 meter higher than everywhere else in the map. So we are going to stand in this one little spot so we can all do higher damage. It's like,
oh yeah, no.
Really? And then the boss would come over and be like, I do AoE attacks. And then it's, raid wipe. Anywho,
yeah, I'm not a min-maxer. Never been a min-maxer. I play to have fun. Like, even in Darktide, like there is a meta-ish, And I'm like, screw the meta. This is a fun weapon. I want to use it, you know.
I am a min-maxer in the sense that I play min-max to my strength. What can I do? Like, you know, like when I was playing WoW, like if there was a certain series of buttons that I always had trouble hitting in a 16 button rotation, I would change the rotation. Like I would totally do it in a way that would work, and then I would make it to a point to where I could do comparable damage. Like that's just what I did. That's what I do. Like my hobby is theory crafting. I just spent the last 2 weeks making 20 different freaking magic decks. Ask anybody who I play magic with, and they'll say I've been driving them insane. I guarantee you.
But I don't play magic now.
I still need to come and grab a cut. I still need to come through and get you to set me up.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm okay. I didn't quite hit my quota of 20 decks. I'm at 18. I'm at 18 decks now.
Oh, he's only at 18.
Yeah,
only at 18.
I was trying to hit 20 before yesterday, and it just didn't happen. I'm missing I have one.
This
deck.
man says this, and I've played Magic the Gathering entirely twice in my entire life. And I played with somebody else's deck because I don't even know how the hell to play.
See, here's the fun part: is I have probably made more decks than I've ever played. Like that's just what I enjoy. Like
yeah,
it's
our later
theory
topic
craft.
actually started a Magic the Gathering conversation in one of the Discord channels I'm in.
Number 6.
Yes,
Yeah.
number 6.
Yeah, number 6. Because I mean, right now. Yeah, we'll get to that. All right, so we need TCV back for this one. As soon as he
figures it out.
All right, so we're gonna skip this one, and we're gonna. Well, shit. All right, we're gonna skip 4 and 5 because I want TCP here for those. Yeah.
Or
Maybe.
Are you talking about me?
It sounds like you need a technician.
Nah.
Hey. Are you back?
Discord took a yeah.
Okay.
Discord took a shit, and I was just like, fuck. And I was sitting there waiting for it to respond because I could still hear y'all. I think y'all could still see me, and I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna let it freeze, let it fix itself in a second. And I started touching some other things. All of a sudden, the computer was just like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
So then I hit it with a restart, and it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna restart. So I was like,
there is no perfect program. Discord, Skype, nothing.
Not gonna check a bitch out.
Well, I'm glad you were able to get back on because these next 2 topics, are definitely a group topic here. And
Thought you mean like they were for me.
oh no, they're not for you. They're not all for you. They're not 100% for you.
What?
Although they might set you off.
That is true.
So we
I
brought
would say
enough
I was getting
alcohol
ready.
to endure one of your rants.
Like
I
a
was actually
stream
saying
isn't a stream without a TCP rant.
Yeah.
What? Come on now.
I feel like I should order some puppets, and when you're doing it, I can give some people some visuals. But yeah, let's go.
All right. Achievements, triumphs, trophies. What are your feelings? Are they good? Are they bad? Is this something that you enjoy? Is this something that you don't give 2 shits about?
So
I see both sides. I see both sides on this.
I do. So obviously you can go
Yeah.
first.
Well, I'll say, in the beginning, like back in the day when like trophies and achievements and stuff like that first came out, I actually thought it was pretty cool because it felt like it gave a little something extra to try and work towards in the games you were playing. And some trophies, just to be able to have it, it just felt cool to know that you had some sort of proof to be like, yeah, I did that thing. Nowadays, I feel like it's a tedious chore, and I don't care for it at all. and it really just depends.
And so you can talk to me about this one. Like the only achievements that I really like anymore are the ones that are kind of a meme, like the ones in the Deadpool game or like High on Life.
Yeah.
The ones that are like, yeah, I'm just gonna put some bullshit on your gamer score for no reason. Like those are the ones that are fun to me. Like everything else is like, oh, I got it. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Nowadays it's just kind of like, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, whatever.
I still have
Unless
games.
it comes with
I
an
still have
in-game
games now
bonus.
that I haven't even gotten the achievements for.
So I'm actually Mimic or Grizz just hit this one on the head for me. The only achievements or triumphs that I chase anymore are the ones that are in game and give me some sort of bonus in game.
Does it give me an outfit? Does it give me a weapon? Does it give me a consumable? Like, those are the things I care about.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I enjoy like the Destiny current seasonal model. It has some issues, but every season they come out with a whole list of triumphs in game that have nothing to do with PlayStation Network, have nothing to do with Xbox Live, and they're like, hey, if you do this one thing, you get this shader. You do this one thing, you get this sparrow. You do this one thing, you get this ship. Like, hey, you do this one thing, you get this skin for this gun. 100% cosmetic, but it is, or you get this emblem. Like if you see certain players with certain emblems, you know that they just solo flawlessed a dungeon by themselves at master difficulty. Yeah. Like, it's like you see that and you're like, he fucking earned that. Or, you know, or she fucking earned it. Because I just saw this girl, she just soloed the new dungeon using nothing but bows on master difficulty, flawless. And I still can't wrap my head fucking around this because I can't even use the damn bows.
I don't understand that because bows are like the easiest weapon in that game to use, but okay.
No. Trinity Ghoul is not a bow. Trinity Ghoul is a, hey, I'm going to fuck up everything in that general vicinity because I got an arc kill. I love Trinity. Trinity is not a bow. Trinity is a fucking trap thrower. Every other bow in the game on the other. Well, I'll take it back. The solar one from like 2 seasons ago. That one's really cool because you can just hip fire auto track. And so it's not really like using.
No, like there's several bows in that game that I really like because it rewards patient thought, and I think that's what I really like in that game. Like you take a minute to think and to think about where they're gonna go, and it will fucking hurt. Yeah. You just gotta have the motion.
It's gonna drive me nuts. And up now.
Yeah. Yeah, spend a little time working on it, like even without like the Trinity Ghoul, without like the hey, everybody around you's gonna die just because I hit you. Like
Tiku's Divination. I enjoy using Tiku's Divination and I enjoy using Trinity Ghoul. I enjoy them because they're exotics and they are very exotic in what they do. They're not just, hey, I'm Legolas. And you know,
I'll take any purple bow with tempo on it, just because I really like that buff.
Fair enough. And everybody plays different in that game too. Like that's the one thing I enjoy about Destiny is, yeah, there's min-maxing, but nobody cares about it. Like as long as you got one person who knows what they're doing especially in the dungeon scenario, if you have one person who knows what they're doing, you're good.
Yeah. Because with a bow, it's count 2 and release.
Yeah. But
that's it. Just 1, 2, pop. 1, 2, pop. 1, 2, pop. And if you can keep your mouse or your reticle going in the right direction, you can do that all day.
Love it. Yeah, anyway, so back on the whole triumph thing. But yeah, I like things that reward you for playing or doing harder activities or doing stuff solo. That give you a in-game vanity item. I will 100% support that. The shit that they put, like I am one triumph away from platinuming Destiny, and I just haven't done it because I can't be bothered.
I will say this though, because I'm playing a lot of Dark Tide, and I'm playing a little more than everybody else. Like there are some penances in there that require, hey, you have to play like this many games on this difficulty on this map. Well, the maps rotate, so you can literally log in every single day and just check to see if your map is up, and if it's not up, you just log in the next day. Like that's too hard. It's too random. Yeah,
if there's randomness to it, is it really worth pursuing? Like chance, like happenstance and chance kind of removes the what's the phrase I'm looking for there? The mystique of it.
Yeah.
Like getting that rare drop you want out of a raid. It's good for you, but it's still 100% RNG independent. And
well, see, like that's where I agree with achievements, like the random RNG, like, oh shit, this happened to you. Here's an achievement. Like you got through this fight without getting your ass kicked. Okay, here's an achievement. Like, congratulations, motherfucker. Here, you know, like that kind of shit.
But like, you know,
when they just start throwing achievements at you, it kind of loses all value.
Yeah, do the whole game on extremely hard difficulty. Don't take any damage. Don't use any ammo. Like, what the hell, man?
Oh, you don't like it? Like you're just like, there's no point in that achievement. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's.
Then
I
that
think
achievement better be giving me like
Thanks for playing.
5,000
Yeah.
points. I'm doing all that. It better be giving me 5,000 points.
If I'm a professional gamer, some achievements make sense.
I
But,
mean, it's,
like-
it's. I'd rather have an achievement
So-
that says beat the game on the hardest difficulty, without, without dying 3 times or something like that. I'd rather have one achievement that says that than says then there's an achievement and I get a trophy for purchase a skill for the first time.
Well, what's that asshole that's like, I want to get through Dark Souls without dying?
I mean, there's plenty of players that do that shit.
I'm
And,
sure
like,
there's plenty of players that do it, but like, if you want to
Yeah.
platinum the game,
Oh, yeah, okay, so platinum again, but also like don't think the platinum should be too easy. So now we're in another realm. So like
platinum
Sony's
should not be easy, but
So-
there should not be that level of technically.
They shouldn't
in a
be
Dark
easy,
Souls
but they
game,
shouldn't be
that's
that hard.
RNG.
they shouldn't be that easy, but there's definitely shouldn't be any randomness to it. But I'm trying to say like with Sony's first party games, especially the last couple first party games, so like Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2,
Yeah, the
God-
achievements of
God-
Ghost of
God of
Tsushima are
War.
really cool. Like you
Yeah,
just
they're
get
really
them
cool.
at random though. Like it's
yeah,
just
some
like,
of them are cool
oh
and
shit.
random, but they're achievements that you can do on the first playthrough
Yeah.
without
Yes.
without trying. They're
First
achievements that you-
playthrough achievements, you should be
Without
able to do
trying.
75% of them on your first playthrough without hunting them down.
No, I'm saying
I
you can
think-
platinum. You can platinum a game with these games. You've been able to platinum or unlock all the achievements on the first playthrough without really trying. There might be one or two that you have to look up and be like, okay, I need to do something specific to do
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
Like I think there's like about a quarter of the achievements. Like, okay, do it on a hardy difficulty, do it on this extreme. Like then you platinum. But like 75% of it, just like you could just discover it like semi-trying on a regular playthrough. I think that's a fair. Unless you're playing the Deadpool game in which you're like, oh, you stood up, here's an achievement.
Now that makes sense
Yeah.
though, because that's Deadpool.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point where I'm like, okay, this is cool.
Or like,
So-
You got an
When-
achievement. Here's another achievement. It's like, all
One
right.
thing that I do like about those achievements that are just like super easy, like it helps me judge how far people get in the game. Because like I always like when I play a game, I always like look for the very first achievement, like that's like super easy. Like you're like saying playing Deadpool. Like as soon as you start the game, like as soon as you stand up, it's an achievement unlock. And then I go and look to see how many people have that achievement. And it gives you like percentage, like 90% of players, 80% of players. And like I'm like this is the very first action that you can do in the game, and it doesn't have 100%. So that means people bought the game or rented it, started it, loaded it up, and then never played it. And I'm just like, why? Like, how far did you? I couldn't. I loaded it up, but I wasn't bothered to play
metric.
2 seconds of the game.
Like
It
if
is
a
hilarious
Kotaku
being able
per-
to see those statistics.
Yeah, if a Kotaku journalist has like the first 2 achievements and nothing the fuck else, don't listen to their review.
yeah,
See, and I used to be like a pretty big trophy hunter too, and I used to almost value like people's like gamer ability, the ability to call yourself a gamer based on how many achievements and trophies you had.
Well, for
like,
a while, everybody did that. Like everybody was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, what's your gamer score?" Like that's what like you could
Yeah.
you could measure your EP by your gamer score. Like that's
You
what
know, it's funny though.
everybody did.
but
I
here's what it
still
turned
have people.
here's what it
I
turned
still have-
into. Hope you-
Oh, you just give me the last one thing. Okay, fine. You go.
I don't want to now.
Damn it.
All right, so
So like I still have people on my PlayStation friends list, and I've known them for years, like almost decades now, and none of them, like there's some of them, they don't have a single trophy, and all they do is just like play multiplayer games. I mean, I'm glad. And some games do it, and it drives me fucking nuts. To get platinum, you have to play their multiplayer, but then they have a shitty multiplayer, and it's just like. It's something to drive players to get to play the multiplayer, but I'm like, people are like, oh yeah, I'm a gamer. Like, what games do you play? Like, what trophies? Oh, I don't have it. I don't have a single trophy. I'm just like, are you
Wait,
really
but you're a gamer though?
Yeah, but are you really a gamer?
What are you playing?
Are you
Candy
really
Crush?
But like, they all the only games that they play
Even
are Call
Candy
of
Crush
Duty.
achievements. What you mean?
Candy Crush got a season pass now too.
oh
Everybody
god,
got season pass.
yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
you can.
so-
Oh,
But you know what's
if you-
funny is here's what's funny about the whole like we used to judge people based on their gamer score and stuff like that. Because like I was never an achievement hunter up until like I almost platinumed a game, and I was like, okay, I could do this. But we got to a point of anybody who has a lower gamer score than me is not a gamer, but everybody who has a higher one has no life.
I guess that's fair. That's fair. Man, I mean, I was like, there was a time like I wanted to be the dude on my friends list. Like, out of all the friends I had, that had the most trophies, and I was like that for a long time.
Well,
Like,
it's the same thing if
I
you're
have tens of
driving.
thousands of trophies.
Anybody who's going faster than you is a maniac. Anyone who's going slower than you is an idiot.
Fucking idiot.
Hey, 9 you're fine, 10 you're mine. That is the rule of life to live by if you have any friends who used to be a cop. 9 you're fine, 10 you're mine. So 9 miles an hour over. If you're doing 5 under, I am on that bumper.
There's no excuse for you to be going under the speed limit, even in terrible weather. Even in terrible weather, get better tires. Buy better tires, motherfucker.
I still be blown past the speed limit, bro.
It could be a fucking hurricane. You should be able to do the goddamn
only
speed
person
limit.
in this group from Illinois, I will say to you, depending on the weather, you might want to go a little under the speed
Well,
limit.
here's the nice thing
They take
about
these
where
things into factor.
here's the nice thing about where you are, though. You can completely skip off the road, go across the field, and meet back up on the fucking road and be perfectly fine where you are.
I mean,
Unless they've installed some fucking lake in the middle for some fucking reason.
Like
They
you
just decided, here's a body of water because it's cool.
like there is a town out there named Hilltown because they have a man-made hill. Like, all right,
What was the name before the hill? What was the name before?
That is
No hill.
probably Plaintown.
Flatsville.
That's just not a bad name for a town. Flatsville. That's actually not a bad name for a
There's a
town.
town here known for being like really hilly and like kind of steep, and they got a tornado or something a couple years ago, and they wrecked them because it was like, oh, like a slight deviation in the landscape. Let me circle it.
all right. So, this is just something I've noticed, and I figured I'd throw this out there as kind of a fun joke. According to my research and expertise, don't plan on buying a game when they say you can. Expect it to be available after about a year after announced date or later. Because let's see, we got that new Skull and Bones, not Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones.
Was it Skull and Bones? Yeah, Skull and Bones got delayed for the 7th time.
Got to wait again.
Is an
And then
extreme though.
Ubisoft was like, "Hey, by the way, do you guys want to buy? Our company? Does somebody
Skull
want
and
to buy our
Bones is
company?"
an
That's the
extreme,
worst thing to
and
do.
I mean, just like we delayed the game, but we delayed like six or seven games. But y'all want to
We
buy
have
us?
to delay it so
I mean,
that
we're
way
looking good
someone else
now.
can finish it.
Let
we
somebody,
talk about Duke Nukem Forever and the fact that Beyond Good and Evil 2 has actually gone on longer than their development.
oh my goodness. Okay, so
Yes, Beyond Good and Evil 2 has gone on longer than Duke Nukem Forever.
wow.
Officially as of earlier
I thought
last
Duke
year.
Nukem Forever got completely canned.
No, it was released and it was panned.
It just did terrible, yeah.
Oh wow, it did so bad that dude, I thought it was canceled.
Dang.
It did so bad that it was considered one of the worst games ever. And it's
Oh,
like,
damn.
you spent like 12 years making this game. How is it shit?
Because they spent 12 years making it.
Yeah.
All right. So anybody else here do tabletop gaming besides me and Grizz?
You've asked this before, unless I'm having hardcore deja vu.
I already told you. You gotta ease me, and you gotta let me dip my toe in the water.
Okay.
Let me dip my toe. Let me dip my toe.
The only reason I bring this
Come
up,
with us, sir. We will educate you.
yeah, we'll get you going. All right. We'll set up a Discord server. We'll get a thing going. We'll get a game going. We'll do something, but we will not play Dungeons and Dragons. All right.
Hell no.
All right. So, Wizards of the Coast, Kurt is the makers and owners of Dungeons and Dragons. Originally made by Richard Garfield, right? For AD&D? Is that Garfield? No, that was Magic. Magic was Garfield. I'm
Talking about
brain
Gary Gygax.
Gygax. Thank you. Jeez, man. Like, I can't get them all together. Anyway, so...
Well, if anybody doesn't know who Gary Gygax is, there's actually an entire episode of Futurama where he's in it, where he walks up to Fry and rolls the dice as like, I'm happy to meet you.
Oh, I remember that episode. Okay.
Okay, so wow, I can't believe I just messed that up live. Anywho, so originally made by him, and and someone else, I forgot who the other person was, but anyway, the game turned into
a whole group that helped him. So there's
like he was the original mastermind behind it, and then he had a whole group that helped him get it up and running, and then it turned into Dungeons and Dragons, and then Dungeons and Dragons or AD&D, and then they got bought out by Wizards of the Coast, and then Wizards of the Coast is now owned by Hasbro. Now, the reason we are talking about this is anybody who is a fan of Dungeons and Dragons and or have had anything Dungeons and Dragons related pop up on their YouTube feed knows about this coming topic. So, Wizards of the Coast for a long time had what they call a open gaming license, meaning that if you decided to make content for Dungeons and Dragons, you are perfectly free to do so, up to and including making money on selling supplements, on making YouTube videos, doing whatever the hell you wanted to do. You are perfectly okay to do that. Hasbro's like, hey, that one guy has made millions of dollars running a YouTube channel doing D&D campaigns. Those millions of dollars should be ours. And so they threw together basically a change to the open gaming license, meaning that if you make anything for or about Dungeons and Dragons, that you have to sign the open gaming license for them, or the OGL. And in doing so, they now own everything you make. They now get a cut of 50% of all profits made.
Of course they would.
Yeah, like it is bad. Up to and including that that their stocks took like a 40% fucking dive because this leaked.
Oh.
So
all right, you want 50%? We'll give you your fucking 50%.
And they finally. So this is old news for anybody who follows Dungeons and Dragons. So they have finally come out and have replied to all of the criticism and hate they've gotten. And their reply is just nothing but gaslighting. It's, hey, we weren't going to do this. This was not on our plan. Just because it was worded this way didn't mean we were going to follow through.
Right.
It's like, we don't intend on owning anything that you make. That will always be yours.
Yeah, and there is an original creator of the OGL who is actually raising a defense fund to make his own OGL to come off of Wizard of the Coast. So someone who originally made the 900 word document is like, oh, wait the hell. No. We're going to fix this. And he's making his own to create his own system. And so is Paizo, and so is Cobalt Games. There's at least 3 people who are making an OGL who are trying to compete with the previous OGL. So Wizards of the Coast has to compete with their previous one, not could do the new one, or their new one is going to sink their company. That's where they're sitting.
And here's the fun part, though, is like every one of their, Dungeons and Dragons is the big one. Like, if you say tabletop gaming, people go Dungeons and Dragons. Like, Dungeons and Dragons is the Coca-Cola of tabletop gaming. Doesn't mean it's the best.
It's not the Pepsi.
He said, "Fuck you."
Well, like me and Grizz, we have been tabletopping together for 14 years now.
Something like that.
Like it was like my first year at Pepsi. Like I remember switching positions when we were gaming in our DM's mom's basement. If you want to be cliche, like that's what we were doing.
Were there Doritos and Mountain Dew there?
There was Doritos.
We want them.
If anybody wants to know, me and there were 3 people that played. There was the DM, me, and another guy. And Griff joined. Nobody ever ate anything. Like the very first game, nobody ever ate anything. So we just ate before we came. So nobody ever ate anything. Like we had a drink. That was it. He shows up. He's just coming off of work. He needs to eat. He's sitting there eating a chip, and every time he crunches something and we look at him, he stops. Because he's afraid of making another damn noise. And we're just like, no, man, eat your food, man. We're cool. Like, it's all right. And he's just like...
It's just like
Crunch.
Yeah, that slow crunch of a chip. You're just like, please just don't make any noise. And it makes so much more noise for no fucking reason.
Just trying to open the bag very quietly and just open it so slow, so it just wastes way more
Yeah,
than
that
what's
whole
in
shit where
it.
you're trying to tiptoe and you wake the whole house up like that. Yeah.
I would like to point out though, this happened like one time 14 years ago, and this story is still being told today.
Yes, and we love the shit out of it.
I mean, I've never heard the story, and it's a good story.
Yeah, it's a good story. That's why it keeps getting told. But like, you know, that's just what it is. Like, we get people that you come in, like you play a game, like everyone's self-conscious about it. Everybody's like, oh crap, like, am I going to fit in? Are people going to like me? Because it's the same as a social setting in high school or middle school. Like, you know, it's that same thing. Like, people are going to like me. So when you get into a group with a tabletop game, you just want to feel accepted. So where Wizards of the Coast is like, we're going to get rid of races, we're going to get rid of this, we're going to get rid of that. It's in the wrong direction because the group has already accepted you just for showing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So the only real discomfort you get from when you join a tabletop group is my weird enough for them, or is their weird too much for me? Like, that is quite literally it. And the whole goal, if like the first couple of nights that you're there, is like, can our weirds mesh? Like, is my level of role playing going to be accepted here, or is their level of role playing going to completely outclass me?
And just so everyone knows that in our gaming group, I am the extreme of weird, so everyone below me is fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a handbook by the time this is done.
No. It's like, hey, hold on.
I'm gonna need like 12 chapters, first chapter explanation.
Well,
I got you.
OGL changes.
I got you.
Like, as a personal thing, like, I was actually working on a project in the OGL to create a setting in the OGL. So with its changes, I have to change and make my own damn system to work with the setting. So it's like Prince will know this. It's like okay, we're gonna change how you're gonna work. You're not gonna work in Windows anymore. You're gonna work in Linux.
Yeah.
It's pretty shitty.
And he's like, okay, I can do it, but it's like, fuck, I gotta change everything.
I gotta literally change my. I just quit. I mean,
Yeah.
I've gone through that. And like, I had to use both systems now. Like, just where I'm at in my job. I mean, just like. But yeah, I mean, a long time ago, it'd be like, if you're a Windows admin and someone's like, all right, we're switching everything over to Linux, and you're a Linux admin, you're just like, I don't know shit about this. Like, you literally just can't do your job anymore. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, fuck it. All right, good luck.
So-
I'm going somewhere else.
So the changes to the OGL changes everything that I've worked on for a year and a half.
Yeah. So needs to say, Wizards of the Coast have lost their fucking mind. They have in Magic, on the Magic side of things too, the card game. But they've lost their mind there on the fact that last year they've released more sets collectively than they have in like the last 10 years. So like, and it's just like, just trying to keep up with it. It's just like, this is why I play Commander. I just build the decks I want to make and then go off of my own. Cause like, screw you guys. I'll go support the stores. I'll buy the singles at the stores, and you won't get any more of my money. But all right. But the reason I was bringing up the fact that, you know, D&D, while they are the Coca-Cola of Dungeons and Dragons, they necessarily aren't the best because everybody has a different flavor preference. This being, if you are a fan of classic Dungeons and Dragons, go play Pathfinder. It is Dungeons and Dragons, but it's the old version that they don't use anymore. Like, there are workarounds so where you don't have to support the company if you don't like what they're doing.
Yeah, if you don't play tabletop, like every time that a game system decides, okay, we're done publishing this system, we've made enough money, we're going to publish an entirely new system so we can republish everything else with different math. So you'll buy it all again. Like, that's literally it. It's like the FIFA, but it takes 10 years.
Yeah.
So when they did 4th edition, they printed everything out and was like, no, I don't like this. So, Paizo, who had made supplements for D&D at that point, under the OGL, the original OGL, decided we're going to make our own setting, and we're going to make our own system, and we're going to make our own adventure paths. So you don't even have to make your own setting as a GM. You can just buy these books, you can read through them, run a whole game for your group, and you don't have to do shit.
Yep.
And they made millions of dollars. Millions. They made their own company, and they are incredibly successful. And I think D&D is looking at that going, well, why can't we do that? Because it requires them to do actually something good with their system.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Yeah. And people within the company have come out and they said, our higher ups don't give two shits about the customer. Everything that we are doing is for our bottom line. And if it doesn't support our bottom line, we're not going to fucking do it anymore. So fuck the customer. And like, these are their words verbatim. And it's just like, okay, well,
I've also heard that there is an investigation going on to their CEO currently because of the mishandling of the Magic the Gathering. And you know more about Magic the Gathering than I do. So,
all right. I'm going to give you a general idea of what's happening here. So they just had their 30th anniversary set. All right. This is just to show you the greed of Wizards of the Coast. They just had their 30th anniversary set drop. This was like November. And here's what happened. They released, they came out with an entire set specifically for the 30th anniversary. Every card in this set was a reprint of the original Alpha series. Okay. Wow. Great. Happy days. Awesome. This means, like, when you hear this as a player, you're like, all right, I'm going to drop a card name that anybody who doesn't even play Magic can go with. Oh, this means that I can just go out, get a pack, and I have a chance to pull a Black Lotus. Like, anybody who's played a card game knows about the Black Lotus. The original OG Black Lotus from Alpha, if you find one in okay condition, you can sell it for $50,000 to $300,000. Okay? Like, wow, I have a chance of pulling one out of a fucking pack. Happy days. Okay. And then like a week later, oh yeah, by the way, none of these cards are going to be tournament legal or allowed in any form of constructed format.
Oh, that's crap.
What?
What's the point of even making it?
What? Okay. Okay.
It is only for personal play, just for you and your friends to have fun,
It
which
gets
I have
better.
no problem with, but
gets
it's
so
priced the same way.
It gets so much better. Okay. So here's the price. All right. A standard Magic the Gathering booster used to be like $3. All right. That was the price that everybody's kind of going with. But nowadays a booster is about $6. Everybody was expecting to drop around $30 to $50 a pack. They finally released the price. They're like, hey, we're going to sell them in boxes of 4. So you have to buy 4. All right. It's $1,000 for the fucking box.
What?
For something you can only play with your friends
Oh,
and a
negative.
local group with no possibility of doing those mega tournaments where you make money or extra cards.
Man, fuck that.
Yeah. That's what
nope.
every single player out there went, fuck you, I'm out. We are not doing
Exactly. I would have been like, you just lost a
So
customer.
there
You
was
lost
an
them.
entire print set. Like, think about this. Think about the printed media. Think about how much that costs to print that on cardboard, on enduring cardboard to send out for a card game. Nobody wanted it. Nobody needed it. Nobody gave a shit.
Yeah. They only
So
sold
now
like 500.
investors are like, why is the CEO doing this shit? So her response is, we're going to change the OGL and we're going to make people pay us.
In the meantime, everybody's like, oh, is that what you're doing? I think Pathfinder's a pretty good system. We're going to go over there now.
If you
And
go on Pathfinder's boards, if they're personal, like actual, like regular boards, they will tell you, if you don't want to spend money, go look like Pathfinder 1, and you can download a free app to play most of it. And they're like, learn how to play it this way, and then if you want to play, like, if you want to spend money, come play this. Like, that's their whole thing. They're like, they're giving advice to people on how to, like, transition from D&D to Pathfinder.
Yeah.
That's their whole board right now.
Yeah.
I kind of like that, though.
Yeah, here's the fun part about this. All right. Paizo, they are quite literally, they're like, hey, you just pay us what you want to pay us. Like, if you have a guy in your group who has the books, that's all you need. You don't need anything else.
Now, if you live in an area where you can play Society, which is where you can make a character and you can play it in various games and it will level as you play, like, you have to have the books. You have to show them that you have that book. But if you're playing at your table, they don't give a shit.
Yep.
They're like, okay, buy the extra books if you can. Here's the base stuff. It's free.
Yep.
And you can download it on, like, the App Store.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally that easy. You can go on your phone right now and download it on the App Store, and you can play 75% of the game for free.
Oh no, it needs to be updated. Boom.
And then
There's every book that they have printed on their official forum right there in this one app.
I can't read that.
Yeah.
I still can't read that. I can read it now.
It's broken down by your classes, your races, your feats, everything like it. Everything you need to make a
What do you
character.
mean races?
I mean exactly that.
I know.
I mean exactly that. So, here's what's funny. I actually tried to bring up this argument with somebody who was trying to defend the fact that Dungeons and Dragons is doing away with the term race. All right. And in Dungeons and Dragons, in the history of lore, race was a depiction of your species. Are you a human? Are you an elf? Are you a dwarf? Are you an orc? It made sense, right? Well, then the people who are like, oh, they're doing away with this. It's so PC. Thank you. Those people are now saying, hey, if you're not a black guy, you cannot be somebody who's black in the game. Okay.
Wait. Mother's gotta
so
rewind.
technically, TCP only qualifies as a half orc because
I ain't no orc.
All right.
Does this mean I can't be an elf because I'm
like
See,
they
that's
got
the
rid of
thing.
orcs. They're like, orcs are black people, so like you can't have orcs because that's your parody. Like, that's literally the argument that they made a couple of books ago.
Yeah, and we're like, no, orcs are orcs, people are people. A black guy is a black guy, and an orc is a fucking orc. There's a complete and utter difference there. They have their own fucking societies. Why is this a fucking thing? Anyway.
It's a different species.
We're gonna,
Like, if you're playing a human, there is no difference technically between me and TCP.
Yep.
There is no difference in that game system between me and him.
Yeah.
But like, there is a difference between me and orcs, but some people are like, well, orcs are black people. I'm like, why the fuck do you think orcs are black people? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, it's like, who's being the racist one in this scenario?
That is. Yeah,
I mean, really.
That's pretty fucking racist.
I mean, really, it is.
Comparing black people with only black people are ogres, and ogres are monsters, and we need to.
I mean,
Bullshit, man.
But yeah, but these same people were like, oh, okay. So it's like, hey, I want to play this character from this one area of the world. This one area of the world is, say, full of I have like an extremely Eastern Asian culture, right? It's like full of ninjas and samurais and shit like that. It's like, you're white, you can't do that. And I'm like,
Look at the bullshit they gave Netflix for
Matt
Iron
Damon.
Fist.
Matt Damon did it in The Great Wall. He was over there doing some Chinese shit.
like, I mean, do we not remember
It
Robert
was
Downey?
actually really
Tom
good. I'm
Cruise.
sorry. Like,
You're telling me
people
Tom
think
Cruise is not the
movie's
last
shit.
samurai? You're telling me
that's
that
the
Tom
thing.
Cruise is not the last samurai? We're gonna have a fucking fight right now.
Dude,
That's
that was a
big
great
fight.
fucking movie.
It was a good
Great.
movie.
Yes, it was.
That was like, that was top tier Tom Cruise. Like, all right.
That
but-
was Tom Cruise trying.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
all right. But
When
like,
he tries, he's really good. But when he doesn't try, it's like, oh, he's here.
But here's the fun part. Like, I brought this argument up to somebody who was in support of all this, and I'm like, listen, so what's the limit to this analogy? And like, what do you mean? I'm like, does that mean I can't play a Dragonborn? And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, well, the Dragonborn history is that they were made to be slaves. They were enslaved for an entire millennium, and then they fought for their freedom, earned it, and are now members of society. Like, they were the slaves to dragons. Oh, and dragons can't be evil anymore. So, or are not inherently evil anymore, even though they made an entire race to be their own slaves. I'm like, so can I not be a Dragonborn because I've never experienced slavery? And they're like, that's stupid. I'm like, it's the same fucking argument.
Yeah,
It's fair.
it honestly, literally sticks their foot in their mouth. Like, it's the same freaking argument.
The
Like,
only people allowed to be Dragonborn
And
are
can I
blacks
be a
and
halfling
Jews.
because I'm not a midget? Because is another argument?
it's like I brought this up, and they're like, so I was like, all right, well, if that's the case,
All right, can I be rude? Cannot be an elf because I'm not gay? Because is that a thing?
it's like I'm not pangender. Like, get the fuck out of here. This is quite literally fantasy. The entire point of fantasy is to
Correct.
role play something that you're fucking not. Like,
And see, I role play a half orc in a Pathfinder campaign, and I play him as an Aussie. Like, I literally play him like with an Aussie accent. He does that shit. But I wouldn't think, like, no part of me goes, oh, black guy. Like,
no. Well, that's the thing. It's like I 100% enjoy playing God of War. I am not a 6'5" brick shithouse. I'm a 6'2" shithouse. All right.
Like I will say this because I've met this man in person. Like, you do not want to meet this man angry in an alley.
Yeah, definitely not.
Nah, you don't want that shit. But like, he is the biggest fucking teddy bear normally.
But like,
Absolutely, hands down.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's-
The only
especially if his
game,
daughter's in play.
the only game that Griff is allowed to
Especially
play
if his
is
daughter's in
Big Hero 6.
Oh,
yeah, and I can only play the
oh.
fucking robot. All right.
That's next. Oh, that's Halloween. That's Halloween costume, bro.
God damn it. I was going to be Jet Puff
I can
Marshmallow
see
Man, all
Griff as
right?
Baymax. That's cool. All right,
Yes,
we can do this.
Griff as Baymax.
It's going to be the Marshmallow Man from freaking Ghostbusters, man. Come on.
I mean, that's a smooth transition. What you mean?
It's the same costume. One just has a little bit more rolls than the other.
Exactly. That's smooth transition.
That way you can go to two parties. You just one is Baymax, and then you add the rolls, and then
Just
boom.
add a little more air to the costume.
Yeah, exactly.
Or make it
Go to
skin
the
tight.
next party.
Do I add more air to the costume, or do I make it skin tight to add the rolls? I mean, which way do we go here?
I don't know, you just,
I would say at the air.
you probably just gotta take a little bit of floss. All you gotta do is take a little strings of floss or like fishing line, and then tie them tight around different areas to make the rolls. Boom.
This. Can I say
But,
something? Like, maybe somebody will actually get this someone in Amazon. Can you make, please, an Incredibles outfit that doesn't have muscles on it? Because, like, I have the perfect body type for Mr. Incredible, and y'all motherfuckers keep giving me muscles on it, and, like, I don't need them.
Just cut the muscles out.
Yeah, like, I got muscles and a gut. Like, I'm good. Like, just send me this shit like a body sleeve. I'm good.
My man,
we're talking.
just send me the sleeve.
Just send me the skin suit.
We're not talking like end of Incredibles. We're talking first frame of Incredibles.
Like, I am legit. Like, my son looks at me sometimes. Like, I was moving a couch the other day. Like, my son looks at me and he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna have to piss you off." It's like, I literally picked the couch up and just threw it. And he was like, because, I mean, I hate to say this, but my kid's like a lot weaker than I am. So, like, when I throw shit around, he's just like,
Keep him in his place.
pretty much. Like, he's
Hey.
just.
Tell your wife to stop calling me out on stream.
Man, I ain't got no control over that. Like, you just.
But yeah, no, like that's where I'm at. Like, you know what? At this point in time, fuck you, wizards. Like, get out of here. We don't need this shit.
Yeah, and
This is-
it's dumb because you have had a corner on the market because of the original OGL
Mhm.
that has allowed so many people to make money. And because of that, it has funneled everybody to you. You have saturated the market with everybody else's creativity to pull everybody else to you because, oh, this is really cool, but I need to buy your product to make this work. Okay, cool. I'm going to do that so I can make this work. Cool. Yeah. Now you want to change that. Okay, cool. Everybody's going to have a different system, which is why they originally made the OGL to begin with, because there were 10 million RPG systems, and nobody wanted to like, oh, I like this one. I don't want to buy no different dice for that. Yeah. That's why they made the original OGL.
And you know, the fun part is like, there are so many great systems out there. There really is. So like, if you are in a position where you do not want to support Wizards of the Coast or Dungeons and Dragons right now, due to everything going on, like if they fix this, yeah, sure, go ahead, go back to it. If you enjoy it, like even if you still enjoy the system and you're not, you know, trying to pour money in their pocket, you do you, but give other systems a go. Like seriously.
Well, my biggest problem with this OGL update is that they restrict you being able to broadcast your personal campaign. Like, I understand if you make something and you make money off of it, that's one thing. You make a whole different setting, or you make a different class or whatever. But if you're just broadcasting you and your friends playing and you're making a little money off of it, they want a piece of that. That's bullshit.
It really is. I mean, like even Critical Role, like everybody knows Critical Role. That's what made Dungeons and Dragons a freaking a pulp icon all of a sudden.
And in case you don't understand, the original origins of Critical Role, they played in Pathfinder and converted into Dungeons and Dragons when they got a license.
Yeah.
So that's why they have a gunslinger, because originally they played a gunslinger in Pathfinder rather than Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep. So, I mean, like they're going after them. Like, hey, you just made millions of dollars. That's our money now. And like seriously, like. Try Pathfinder. I'm getting ready to, at some point in the next year or two to run these guys through this system. This is Savage Worlds. It's a success fail system. Like I have been reading this book cover to cover nonstop for like a year now, or like 6 months, but I absolutely love this system. And they have settings for absolutely everything. They have one called, was it the Dead West or
Yes. Yeah, that was one.
It's quite literally the Old West with like zombies and dragons and shit. They have one called they have one in that universe that's in like 1930s help me out here. It's noir. It's a noir setting. It's set in the Dead West universe. They have one for sci-fi. They have like everything that you could possibly want is in that system, and they completely set it up to where you can run your own universe based out of it. Most good systems do. You have Vampire the Masquerade in the White Wolf system. You have the White Wolf system, which has Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf, Mage. What else do they have? I think it's just those are the three big ones. Exalted. I don't think Exalted is in that main universe, though.
No, I don't think it's in the main universe. I think it's using the same dice system, but it's a different universe.
Yeah, it's a different universe, but the other three are in the same universe. Exalted, like if you want to play like anime characters, go fucking Exalted, because you basically start out as a demigod and you end, by killing gods. Like that's.
You just want to play an anime character? There is an entire roleplay system called Big Eyes Small Mouth, which is generally just made for you to play an anime character.
Yep.
So yeah, like if you want to play a tabletop game, there's something for you. It's just Wizards of the Coast has basically shot themselves in the face for we are the blanket for everything. You can make something to adapt to us for anything. Well, now we want some of your money. Okay, well I'm just going to make my own system for it.
Yep. And here's the funny part. In response to Wizards of the Coast basically trying to gaslight everybody, all of the other major competitors, like, the Fanta and the, the store brand and all of them, they're like, all right, well, we're going with your old OGL where people can make whatever the fuck they want for our system, and they support us however they want to support us. If they want to give us $1, they'll give us $1. If they can give us 20 cents, we'll take that. But we're not going to be doing this crap that you're doing. Like,
and just as a personal endorsement, because it seems really cool to me, Cobalt Games is making a fantasy pirate game. Like,
No
do you want
shit.
to play orcs and elves and halflings as a pirate?
no kidding.
Pay attention to Cobalt Games. Yeah.
Is it going to be like their own proprietary system, or are they going to base it off of
Yes, it's going to be their own proprietary system. It's
shit.
going to be in the open game license, and they have said that they are making their own system, but they have hinted at a pirate setting.
That is cool. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because Cobalt has made a lot of the supplements for Pathfinder. And
They
like,
made the very first 2 Pathfinder or Dungeons and Dragons 5e modules.
oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yes. They are a big contractor for Wizards of the Coast, and they have terminated their future contracts, and they're making their current ones, and that's it.
That's cool. Yeah, if you want to play Star Wars, there's several systems that you could do that in. You could do that in Savage Worlds. You can do that somewhat in Pathfinder. But Star Wars has its own system from 20 years ago called Star Wars Saga Edition. We play that one constantly. What we'll do is we'll play a Star Wars Saga game, go play another system, and then come back to Star Wars Saga. Like, the system itself isn't perfect, but it's fun. And
Yeah, I've got an entire list of house rules for it. So if anybody wants it, I'll give it to them.
like, that's just, there are other options. There is always another option. And if you are in the mood to put your money where your mouth is and support another company, there is options available. So we're going to end that on the good note. There is somebody who is there for you and not for your wallet. Have a good week.
Correct. In every regard, in role playing, in games. I mean, a few years ago, Senua's Sacrifice. That was an amazing game. It was a AA competitor. They've been bought since, but look how awesome that game was.
Yep. Now, I'm going to give a heads up to everybody who's going to be planning on watching next week. Next week is our 69th episode.
Yeah,
We will probably have some adult themes.
Let's go.
I'm going to try and keep this group controlled and keep it at least rated R and a little bit away from NC-17.
Well, I thought we were talking like TVMA. Like, what are you talking about?
I thought we were always on mature status. I thought it was just
Only
we'll see where it
stream on the
goes.
69th, baby.
go harder.
see where it
Go
goes.
harder. Don't go at all. Just like,
Well, I mean, like, we'll see where the show ends.
I hope it has a happy ending.
It will for me. All right, but yeah, in all seriousness though, there will be some adult themes in the next episode due to it being our 69th episode. So, oh wait, that's right. I moved my shit over here now.
What do we define as adult themes? I can't wait to find out.
We'll have to find out because I have a few
Let's
topics.
discuss this. Like adult themes 2013, not adult themes 2023.
Ooh,
Okay.
what if we played Cards Against Humanity?
Oh, that'd be great.
How are you supposed to play Cards Against Humanity
They have a
remotely?
digital version. There is a
They
digital
have a
version.
digital version,
It's
bro.
a digital one. Let's do
Yeah.
this. Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
There's
Bro,
a game.
Cards Against Humanity digital. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
We would get banned so fast.
God, yeah.
No, we wouldn't. How are we
working.
supposed to get banned? We're playing somebody else's game. We're playing their card
Just
game.
reading
We're not saying these words. We're saying. We're just reading the card.
Man, if you hung out with me more than long, like 5 minutes, like
Yeah, this is Tame Grizz, by the way.
Yeah, this looks like Thames Grid. Like, look, there's a whole new level, probably in person. Like, I would, if I saw, I'd be like, whoa, I never knew this side of Grizz.
We all have to be lit. Lit as fuck.
No. You have met that side of Grizz. I'm just like being real tame because I'm like, I don't want to get Griff banned from anywhere. Like,
You're like, all right,
If you're not getting banned, you're not doing it right.
all right. So I have to be sober enough by the end of it to hit the end stream button. All right.
look,
That is the goal.
Twitter allows you to post your
you're gonna
videos
turn the PC
directly
off.
to, like Twitter, who's like, yeah, like post whatever. Like until that point, like yeah, I gotta be nice.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. We'll figure something out. Because like I have a few topics in mind. And
Don't share them. I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. So like, what's the age group here? Like, are all of us mid 30s to early 40s?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I think.
I believe so.
Okay. Because I think I can already guess who everybody's first celebrity crush was.
Yeah. Go.
Like,
Go Power Rangers.
okay, yeah. So, all right,
No.
your first two. So we got the Pink Ranger, and then we got Christina Ricci and Casper.
No.
Oh yes, absolutely.
No.
Oh, even still to this day.
No, sir.
Mm.
No, sir.
No.
You need to look at the labyrinth and tell me who exactly you see. I cannot watch that movie and not just see baby David Bowie's crotch in every fucking scene.
Anyway, we are not at the adult. We're not at
This is a preview of
yet.
things to come. Preview
No,
of
man,
things to come.
Jennifer Connelly was my very first crush. Jennifer Connelly and Leia herself. Like those were my first two.
Approved.
He's like approved.
So if any of you guys want to back out now's the time to announce so, because I'm planning on this. This is, we're going to get in so much trouble. Anyway.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, my Lord.
It's not going to be trouble. We're just going to get banned. Oh, big deal.
I mean,
Yeah,
if anything, it's probably gonna be like a
It's gonna get
24-hour ban.
Yeah, it'd be like a 24-hour
as long as I
suspension.
don't have to pay $1,000 in fines, I'm good.
Yeah, like I'll come collect it from everybody.
No. You only have to pay $1,000 in fines if you were in Germany. Like, if you're in America, you're good.
Yeah, well, I mean, we stream worldwide, right? Anyway.
No. In Germany, you have to sell your home and move somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, I know of a band that just did that from Russia.
Yeah, Russia's a little worse than here, yeah.
Anyway,
Moving forward.
all right. Anyway, all right. Thank you all for coming out and watching. I hope you had a good time. We are forewarning you that if you've gotten this far in the episode, next week's episode will be raunchy as shit. I am sure.
Am I gonna have to wear something special? Am I have to wear the?
I'm going to turn my filter off next week, so you
latex
guys are
bodysuit.
warned.
A full latex bodysuit.
I'm
I'm gonna wear edible clothing and just gonna eat through it slowly during the
should be
stream.
hilarious.
Yeah, I'm going to show up without a top on and just be like, yes, sir, I'm just going to do this. Let's have some fun.
I don't think it'd be safe because like I put a shirt on for the wife, so let's.
I don't know. We can only show so much.
Nobody
I mean,
wants to see the dead
someone-
body.
someone was just banned for showing their feet on Twitch.
Were they?
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like- it's like-
it's in
it's
their
like 2 or 3
clause.
days ago.
Let's not talk about the people who get banned for like random parts on Twitch, because like, let's be real.
Yeah, it's like, what's her name? Who likes like, hey, look at the new butt plug I got and showed it off. It's like, no, this is the
wasn't-
wrong platform.
Was it anywhere? I mean, it wasn't in an orifice. It was just showing it. It's just like hey, look, this is my remote. Look at my remote.
God, how many of
Yeah.
the hot tub streamers have been banned for showing various parts because of a slip? And they're like, "Oh, you're back next week. It's fine. It's cool."
How many of them are not banned?
Yeah. Anyway, but we also are missing the required parts to become unbanned. So.
Yeah, but if I stood up and like shamed the rest of you, like it would be like, yeah, you're gone forever.
Anyway, thank you all for coming and watching. Hope you had a good time. We will see you next week.